We're back for another video, this time about something a little bit different, a cargo bike. And I've actually had a cargo bike on my website for a while now, but it was a white one, this one's green, but the only difference is not the color, so stay tuned, this is gonna be an awesome one. Most people, and I agreed, thought that a rear hub motor for a cargo bike might not have been the best choice when you have so many great mid-drive options out there. And I agreed. So starting right now, we're going to sell this green version of the bike. Now I referenced it, or I hinted at it in a previous video because of the green color, and I happen to be wearing one of my nice green t-shirts. You can buy one of these. This is called the Hercules. I'm naming all of the new e-bikes after aviation, airplane-related names. This one after the C-130 Hercules, which coincidentally is a cargo plane. So a military cargo plane that's usually green. This is a cargo bike that is also green. So designed to haul things, but we've changed it up a little bit. So this is instead of the direct drive rear hub motor that the previous bike had, we've gone with a mid-drive. Now it does have a little bit less power as far as the actual wattage goes. This is a 500 watt mid-drive motor from Dapoo as opposed to the hub motor, but the torque is actually improved a little bit, I think, because you're going through that mid-drive, you've got your gears, you can get into a better gear ratio. I think it just lends itself to a better overall design for a cargo bike when you need to haul lots of things, because you can get into a nice low gear, use your pedaling, use your motor, and climb up the hills, even if you have a big load on the back, which could be a whole bunch of stuff, maybe some stuff from the hardware store, maybe you've got an extra person on the back. It comes with these foot pegs on the bottom. So this thing is designed to be easy to get on and off and just haul things. Now, what is it not good at? That would be off-road. So if you're looking for an off-road bike, we have lots of other awesome fat bikes. This one, based on the length, the rigid forks, it's designed to be sturdy and, like I said, haul things, not necessarily go off-road. We've got some decent 2-inch wide tires here. They're on 24-inch wheels. We use a slightly smaller wheel size because basically if you go smaller, you can have a stronger overall wheel. And it also keeps the size relatively compact so your load isn't getting too high up here. It keeps the step over design nice and low. So just about anybody of any height can ride this bike. There are a couple of adjustments, of course. There is the seat, which can move up and down as usual. And then the handlebars on this do move up and down as well. So for me, get the cables out of the way, you could move it up all the way to right there. That's the maximum height. That would be for the most upright seating position. I probably even wouldn't want it quite that high, even though I'm about 5'10". But if you lowered it down, even somebody I'd say 5 foot should have no trouble getting on this bike and riding it around. So this is a very reasonably priced, affordable cargo bike. So we do have some things like mechanical disc brakes, front and rear. There is a slightly larger than normal 180 millimeter rotor. This would be a good candidate to upgrade to those Unicycle hydraulic calipers I sell if you felt that you needed them. But I find that these Tektro style disc brakes do work sufficiently as long as you have them adjusted properly. This is a 48 volt battery that comes on the bike. We do have spares available that are a slightly larger 48 volt, 14 amp hour. It's not a stock option at the moment. We have the mid-drive system, so this crank is going to be turning the 7-speed Shimano derailleur system in the back. Very simple. We want this bike to be tough and reliable, because if you're using this on a daily basis to commute, to go to the grocery store, to haul your kids to school, whatever it is, that's what this bike is made for. Just general cruising around town with lots of stuff on it. Quick thing I'll note are these side plates right here. Those are there so if you have a child on the back, they're not gonna get their feet caught in the spokes in this area. Same thing goes if you have some bags tied on here. If there's any loose straps or anything, they're not gonna get caught. It looks like a white piece of plastic. It's actually clear, but there is a protective film that hasn't been removed yet. So if you want to pull that off, I just haven't done it since it's a brand new bike. As far as the accessories go that come with the bike, you can see that it does have front and rear fenders. Those come with the bike. There are some extra options as far as rear seats and baskets, all sorts of different things on the market for cargo bikes now. And all the way to the back, there is a functioning brake light. That's starting to become more and more of a standard item on electric bikes now. So this is integrated with the battery. It's not a separate light you need to charge up. And like I said, it is a functional brake light. And then if we move along to the front of the bike, I mentioned there's baskets and things you can put on the back. The frame also has 4 mounting points. There is a front basket that goes right onto this frame as well. And then up to the handlebars, you have a integrated with the main battery headlight too. There are mounting points right here and right here on the frame. You can put the square kind of style basket set up with the railings if you have kids on the back, or there's all sorts of different seats and bigger baskets designed for cargo bikes these days that will easily go onto this bike because you've got a nice big solid wood platform to put things onto. So we have a nice display right in the center here. It's fairly easy to read even in the full sun. It displays your battery level, your current speed, average speed, distance, the assist levels, which on this bike it has 1 through 5. And it kind of gives you an extra thing. It says 5 is turbo mode. Then you have standard on 3 and 4, and they call 1 and 2 eco mode. And then of course 0 is gonna be no assist, you're just pedaling it like a bicycle at that point. And for those that are not familiar with mid-drive motors, this is a question I get all the time, is with the motor being down in the cranks, can you pedal normally if the motor is not moving? And the answer to that is absolutely yes, you can. And there is no resistance other than just turning over the rear wheel with these pedals. So you can absolutely pedal this just like a regular bike with the motor off if you want to. You also, of course, have a half twist throttle right here, so you can just turn that and off it goes. One of the things I noticed really early on when I started riding this bike is how smooth the torque sensing motor is. So that's right, this actually has a torque sensing mid-drive motor. So the harder I pedal, the more power the motor is actually gonna give me. Very smooth, I really like it. It's not often that you see torque sensing on a bike that's in this price range. And even though it has a 500 watt motor, it really is plenty of power. So for example, right now I can just hit the throttle. I'm only in assist 1 and it takes off perfectly fine. It's plenty fast. Now it's not the fastest bike. I have other bikes that have 1,000 watts or even more power, but that's okay. This is a cargo bike. It's meant for hauling things and not for going at higher, super high, fast top speeds. So I would say that my first impressions of this bike are really good. The frame and everything I'm used to because of the white bike that we already had for sale, but I think the motor change was just what this bike needs to take it up a step in quality. I just want to reiterate how easy it is to get on this bike and how many different heights of people could use it. It's really versatile. So if you are looking for a bike that can kind of just do a little bit of everything besides go off-road, because like I said, that's not what this bike is designed for, then I think this cargo bike is great. This is one that I would definitely take if I wanted to just throw my kids on the back and take them to the local park, when of course it's safe to do that. It's not the fastest on the top speed, and that's okay. We don't all need to go super fast all the time. So if you want a bike that is smooth, rides really nice on the road, very comfortable, very nice upright seating position, easy to get on, definitely check out the Hercules, this nice green mid-drive torque sensing cargo bike. We're going up a nice steep hill, so you can really see the torque sensing. I'm pedaling very lightly. Now watch what happens when I pedal harder. Let's see how fast it'll go. There might be a speed limit set on this, but just for the fun of it. Let's try it out. And I'm about to pedaling, so I'm doing 25, 26 down a hill, 27, 28, 29. That's faster than I thought it would go, to be honest, because it's really geared for the low end and for going up hills. So here's where we're flattening out, and now it's slowing down a little bit. On this last flat stretch right here, this will give us a true test of what's the bike's actual top speed, and it's doing 23. So 23 miles an hour out of a 500 watt motor is good. That's not bad at all. And of course, what good would a cargo bike test be if we didn't actually have a person on the back? Because that's what these things are made for. So we borrowed Stacy to put her on the back, and she's got her feet on the little foot pegs there, and you can see the bike handles two people perfectly fine. And if you've never ridden a bike with another person on the back, honestly, it just takes a few minutes of getting used to, I think. It just takes, like anything, a little bit of practice. So nothing to worry about, it does just fine. Now, to show you that the bike really does have enough power, we're coming up to a pretty steep hill. I'm gonna turn the power, the assist all the way up to 5, and we're gonna use the throttle and not pedal at all. And you can see it's hauling both of us up this hill, and I'm not even pedaling. No, we're not going super fast, but it can do it. That's the main thing. Thanks again for watching another one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed that one about the cargo bike. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below, like this video. YouTube likes it, and so do I.